Yeah, and you got to keep him at the center. Because I think a lot of people, a lot of times when they get, let's say you pray for that blessing and then you get it and then you start to forget about God. Like you kind of just kind of put him on the back shelf because you got what you've been praying for. But you got to realize you got to have him through all those steps. So like, just because I've been praying for him, I'm not going to stop going to church. I'm not going to stop having my conversations. I got to stay grounded. That's how you get messed up, when you kind of forget about God and try to move without him. Like he guided me this whole way. That's why I even like started praying for a relationship and like making sure I was going to be celibate about, relationships, and then my mind like staying focused on certain things, because I was like, if I deter away from it, I feel like I'm going to prolong what I've been asking for. So I'm not going to fumble the bag. I promise you, Lord, whenever you give them to me, I'm ready. And I feel like he knew that I was ready.
Right.
Finally.
The harder you grind, the bigger you dream.
The harder you grind,
The bigger you dream.
Hey,
The harder you grind,
the bigger you dream.
Whoa, whoa.
The harder you grind,
The bigger you dream.
The harder
you grind, the bigger you dream.
Let's get it, let's go.
The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. I said the harder you grind, the bigger you dream. I said you're up and I'm up. Y'all now tuned in to the Grind Hard Dream Big Show. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. I got a special guest in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Gianni Ray back for part 2.
Part 2 though.
Yes.
So for the people that didn't know about part 1, what was about part 1?
Let's see. We were talking about my music journey, relationships. At that time, my lack thereof. I was focused.
Right.
Just got in the church. I think I just started going to Union.
Amen. Praise
around
the
that
Lord.
time. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't go today, but it was okay. I'm gonna fix it.
all
I'm
right.
gonna fix it.
It's all right.
But yeah, we're doing like a nice recap about everything so far, what was coming up.
So from that moment to now,
Right.
to step in your shoes now and see what has transpired now, like, how would you explain it? Like, what was the
God.
process for you?
All the way.
Okay.
I actually, like, when I was praying intentionally, and I've been starting to ask God to advance me. I heard somebody talking about that, like advance me in my career, relationship, emotional, mental health, all that stuff. And I started asking for that instead of just saying, God, grant me certain opportunities, bless me, whatever it is. And then I was like, financially this, okay, cool, set in stone, my goals, set in stone. Relationship wise, whenever you're ready, like I said last time, whenever you're ready, I'm ready. I promise you, I'm waiting, I'm disciplined and all that stuff. So it is a big change, but a good one. Like
Gotcha.
I'm now officially in a relationship.
Congrats to that.
Yes, let's clap it up. Let's clap it up. Could we please?
Congrats.
Because man, I was
Long
waiting for
time
what?
coming, right?
Yes.
Was
It
you
was like,
waiting on the second and third Christmas?
woo,
What's that?
man. I was like, man, I'm trying to be in these Christmas pajamas. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
No, but like on a real for real though, like I waited for a minute, and I think I remember I went over this last time, but like I knew things were coming at me. What I would usually fall into, and when I knew I wanted to be ready, I was like, I can't fall into that same trap. I can't go backwards. Like if it looks familiar, I don't want it. I need something new. What I'm praying for is different than what I've been dealt with before, so I don't want to deal with it. I want something new. It's got to have God's hands on it. And for a minute, like even when we first met, like we met on Hinge, and when we started texting, and then we finally met up. You don't want to like lean into it too fast, especially me, because I was like, look, I'm waiting on you, so I'm not going to like jump too quick or get too excited. Like I was already excited, but you know what I mean? I didn't want to jump too far ahead and be like, oh, this is him, and it doesn't start to be him. And then I started to get resentful towards God. I don't want to have that relationship with him. So once I started kind of having those signs thrown at me, like right in my face, like we started having conversations, and he would just say things that I was praying to God about. And I was like, okay, that's weird. That's number 1. Then number 2 started happening, and number 3, like everything just started lining up, and I was like, dang, this can't be anybody but God. It can't. Like I'm no relationship guru by all means, but it worked out for me. So, or it's working out, for me. I'm pretty sure he's the one. 9 times out of 10, and very high on the 9.
For sure. I think when you are preparing yourself and you spend that like quiet time and things like that, you're not chasing, you're just really focusing on the moment, to be in the present and all that, those things that come. So how you was basically saying like the spirituality part, getting closer to God, locking in with God, and basically also like telling him what you were looking for and being specific, it just showed up and it revealed itself.
Yeah.
So then when the relationship came, it was like, oh, this is a surprise, but guess what? These are the things that I was praying for. These are the things that I was seeking.
And
now that
more.
it's here, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, extremely. Like I feel like if I were to have been in this relationship or met him earlier, like it might have been a little harder because I had some things to work on. Like I needed to get my relationship together with my father, financially, career wise. I wanted to make sure my foot was planted, like musically too. Like I know I haven't been as active, but you know, you're dealing with family stuff, dealing with a lot of stuff that I was trying to get through and get my hands on, get everything straightened out. And now that I have, it feels a lot easier to work on music. Like I have more to talk about, more to be open with, and I don't know. I feel a lot more light these days.
That's good. That's good because you know it'd be a lot of weight that a lot of people carry, especially when we look at relationships and all these things. Because it's like, okay, what do you expect, and all these other things. Am I ready for it? And I think that a lot of things are handed to us prematurely. So it's like because it's handed to us prematurely, what do we do, right? I don't want to make the wrong move. Who do I consult? So you're keeping God at the center and you're doing your thing. So that's a big thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you got to keep him at the center. Because I think a lot of times when they get, let's say you pray for that blessing and then you get it and then you start to forget about God. Like you kind of put him on the back shelf because you got what you've been praying for, but you got to realize you got to have him through all those steps. So like, just because I've been praying for him, I'm not going to stop going to church. I'm not going to stop having my conversations. I got to stay grounded. That's how you get messed up when you kind of forget about God and try to move without him. Like he guided me this whole way. That's why I even like started praying for a relationship and like making sure I was going to be celibate about relationships, and then my mind like staying focused on certain things because I was like, if I deter away from it, I feel like I'm gonna prolong what I've been asking for. So I'm not gonna fumble the bag. I promise you, Lord, whenever you give them to me, I'm ready. And I feel like he knew that I was ready.
Right.
Finally. No rush, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the time, but also
right.
It was divine timing for sure.
For sure. Because then when that moment happened for you, then you realized, okay, things shift. Like you said, embracing the new, like out with the old.
Yes.
And in with the new. And it's like, if you want to go to new levels, like old versions have to die and things like that. So like,
I guess goals.
Yeah, a lot of people have that. And I feel like goals keep you focused, When you don't set goals and things like that and you try to like freestyle life and all of that stuff, that's when you get distracted.
Yeah. Distracted and you got to know what your purpose is too.
Right.
Like there are certain things that are set up for you. Like God gives you these gifts, these blessings. And it's like, all right, what do I do with it?
Right.
Pray about it. Like all right, if I'm good at this, maybe I should go to this avenue. Do I help other people? Do I do it myself? Focus on myself? There's a whole lot of different things you can do with it. And as for me, I was like, all right, I know I want to do music and all that, but I know I couldn't do it as well as I wanted right then and there. And if I want to talk about love, I know I got to be in a relationship. I can talk about wanting it, but actually feeling it, it's way different. Because you can talk about how you think love is going to feel or a good relationship, a healthy relationship is supposed to feel. But then when you're actually in it, that is different. It's a good feeling.
Got you, for sure. So like now that you have more clarity, I would say like moving forward, like the things that you know now, the things that you're like discovering, like how is the healing journey for you now as opposed to what it was like before?
Because I've done a lot of healing, I'm kind of curious to see what more. I know there's more for me to heal, whatever. But I think it's more about like breaking those generational curses.
For sure.
Right now. So it's like, all right, I got my purpose. I am getting blessed consistently, which I appreciate. Every day I wake up, that's a blessing. But also knowing that like, all right, we both have the same goals, the same intentions. We both want to be married, have children, have God at the center of that. And then also our goals as a couple, our goals financially, all that stuff. So we're like, all right, house, where would that be? Even music, his goals. Like we wrote on our short term, like middle, I guess you say middle term, like our long term goals. So music is definitely in there for me for sure. But I needed to work through a lot. And I feel that since I have, now I can go to the next step.
For sure.
And music, like what I'm about to drop next, Something About You, that I feel like is going to be a game changer for me because I think it should open up a lot of doors.
For sure. I mean,
like
I said, I feel like in your journey, you've been, transparent, open, honest, vulnerable, all those types of words or things, and I feel like it's, just only getting better. And I feel like vulnerability in itself is a superpower, right? So I feel like what you're willing to share with the world and your gift is always going to be important, because if you're not willing to share it, then you're being selfish.
Yeah,
So,
and there's a
yeah.
lot of people, like, I'm not the only one going through, or like who has gone through what I went through, and I'm not going to be the only one to have these problems later on. Whatever obstacles get thrown my way, at least I feel like it's good for me to talk about it. And I'm not going to voice everything out to the world, like, oh, this happened to me today, this happened to me today. But maybe I might write a song about a couple of things that I've been through where I feel like a lot of people can relate. So I do feel like my voice is powerful. So why not use it? Especially if I can do it in a creative, artistic way.
Yeah, not for sure. That's what it is. Walking into your gift and understanding it. Like, that's what it is. You can't downplay anything.
Yeah.
At first, I felt like, you want to be heard, you want to be seen and things like that. But then it's like, okay, how do I use it? But I can say, like, transparently, like, I'm just seeing it more and more every day. Like, appreciating the little things. Okay, you woke up this morning, you're alive, you're breathing, you're winning, and the people that you hang out with, the relationships that you have, just understanding that. And like I said, a partnership is so great, because then where you lack at, that person can help, right? And then assist you in so many different ways that you don't even know. And it's like, wow, okay, I really needed that. Or thank you for the reassurance, or thank you for doing like the little things.
Yep.
Because I think with social media and, society, we get so caught up in like the complexity of things when we're looking at Instagram, we're looking at TikTok, social media, what have you. And it's like, oh, dang, man, well, this person ain't do this, so I'm going to be angry and upset. Or,
Yep.
hey, why we ain't moving like them? And they got this and they got that. I just think that, anybody that's in a relationship, or anybody that's like pursuing a relationship, date yourself as much as you can. And then really what works for you works for you.
Yeah.
And just take your steps and realize, like, it's your race with your relationship. You don't have to be someone that feels like, okay, let me just force myself into these spaces and things like that. Because, like I said, relationships and the people you meet, it's precious. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, use people. And if you put out bad energy, it's going to come right back. So just being a good person, being kind, and just knowing yourself.
Yeah, and that's what I've been
And locking
doing.
in with God, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Like, I tried to repair, and I did repair, apologize, try to hear out more people when it came to relationships. Not even just like my romantic relationship, but like family members, things like that, old friends even. And like I felt like there was like one time, one sermon that Pastor Stephen preached, and I felt compelled to like just straighten out the relationships, like fix them, whatever it is, try to heal. I don't necessarily need like the closure, but I just need to reach out in some way. Hey, how's everything going? Or maybe try to work things out with my father, whatever the case is, you know what I mean? And it worked out well. Like my father and I, better relationship over the years for sure. And I felt like if I needed to get in a relationship where I was going to love a man and have him love on me, I needed to repair that first relationship with my dad first, because I didn't want to bring any baggage onto him. I didn't want to have him deal with things that he's not even a part of like that, So I feel like the good man that I prayed for shouldn't have to go through any like type of walls. Like,
Right.
It's fine to have a little bit of walls where it's like, okay, who is this person? And then when you get to know them, okay, cool, walls start coming down.
Right.
But where you got like that one where you're like, I don't trust anybody, I don't trust no men, all men are the same, da da da. Like that's not healthy. You're not gonna get your dream man like that. And if you do, you're gonna be pushing him away.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Right.
So, and it's like even the same thing with music. Like you can't go through music like that, or any type of industry, entertainment, sports, all that stuff with like those big old walls like that. You got a lot of people that you can help. People can help you be some good resources. Like if you got a selfish, greedy mindset, you're not gonna get far.
Nah.
Or if you do get far, you probably stepping on a lot of people on the way, and it's gonna come back to get you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like it's just character building throughout the way, like who you really are. Like I feel like what God, put you through in private to show up in public. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I think the biggest thing is like a lot of us want blessings, but we don't know how to be a blessing sometimes. So it's like, you got to also be that too.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be in your own way. You don't want to be so prideful or egotistical to the point where you can't even receive nothing, because you just walking around with all this weight or baggage and stuff like that. It's like, no, let your hands go. Be free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very, very important. And, you know, like for myself, just working on the best version of myself or whoever God has called me to be, it requires like the discipline, it requires the focus. So it's like, no, I can't go to this party right now, or no, I can't do this right now because of the assignment and the level of focus. So I think that's a good thing that you are always, you know, locked in, knowing what you have time for, and of course surrounding yourself with that energy and people that are also like winning and running the same, not necessarily winning and running the same, but wanting better for life. I feel like that's also a good thing too.
Yeah, that's how it should be. You like whoever is around you, I believe, like does tell a lot about yourself. So I like that, you know, me and you have grown closer networking. You introduced me to certain people, building those relationships, and shoot the music video we shot today. That was really all because of you. I was like looking online for videographers and stuff like that, and then we just so happened to do the community, you know, the book bag drive.
Yeah.
See him there, and I'm like, wait, are you? Oh, you shoot music videos? Okay, bet.
Yeah.
And then just kind of like little stuff like that, but just being in the right place at the right time,
Yeah.
just for helping you out with the community. Like
Right.
that's why we were there. I wasn't really there to necessarily like network and meet
Right,
people.
for
Like
sure.
that wasn't my main reason.
Right.
It was just actually be there just to help out, have
Facts.
fun with the kids,
Yeah.
book bags,
Yeah.
little snacks for us,
Yeah,
whatever.
nah, for sure.
Little fun.
Yeah.
And you know, from there, just shot this great music video, which I'm excited about. Like, I mean, we were working on something about you for a minute when I was
Yeah.
trying to get the hook and
For sure.
everything, and
Yeah.
it was like I thought it was gonna be too long or whatever, but that joint turned out beautiful.
Yeah, I think sometimes we have to realize as people, like, we are our biggest project. So like with us being our biggest project, we gotta really like understand that it takes time. Like
Yeah.
God already made us a masterpiece. So like our pathway to success is gonna be like different. It's gonna look different. But you know, you're your biggest project. So constantly work on yourself and don't be afraid to like, you know, like I said, like the doubt, all that, that's like the enemy. So you don't even gotta worry about that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta lock in.
And
I think
that's hard
cool.
to not like. It's hard to not have doubt in yourself
Facts.
because I'm definitely my biggest critic for sure. And then also if it's like kind of like you said, if you see people, you looking at social media, you see people like stunting. And a lot of times that's not even necessarily they're stunting. That's like their rent money, and then they got to take that joint back, or they about to be broke, or that's not even theirs at all. And they're just flashing these lifestyles, and you're like, dang, like if you look at it just from, you know, the Instagram or TikTok, whatever, you're like, dang man, how did they get there? I'm trying to be like that. I want to get there, but you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. Like
Right.
your path is going to be different, and it might even take you on a different route than what they had to go through. You might not even have to go what they went through, or they might not even be living a lifestyle that they're showing, and you're actually going to get to where you want to be. So being patient and trying not to doubt yourself is a lot to ask for, but when you do it, once you get in that mode, it's a lot easier to handle.
Yeah.
Other days more to handle, but like it's a good place to be for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I tried like my best to, you know, post content and just like step off, because it's like for me, I know that like, yeah, it's cool to, you know, utilize social media and realize it's a tool, but at the end of the day, like, yeah, you are what you entertain, not attract, so you can't be on there too long and all that other stuff. You get to scrolling and all this other stuff, so it's just like you want to close the gap on those distractions and everything like that too.
Yeah, but you know, also like my For You page, and that's just like dogs and funny videos. Like luckily my For You page is positive. I've seen where people be like how like it can be negative or whatever, and like I've blocked those pages. Like I'll look at the shade room every now and again, but not very often, because I know sometimes it'd be a lot of messy stuff, a lot of drama, and maybe they post about somebody passing away. Okay, all right, you know, that's not a necessarily like a dramatic thing, or like it's just messy, but you know, a lot of times people in the comments just be rude, and I don't want to see that stuff either. Like they're just post like dumb stuff, and I don't have any time for it. Or even if like those certain pages will post about like kind of like diminishing people, and people be laughing underneath or whatever, and I don't really find all that stuff funny, so I blocked them or just unfollowed, and I try to keep my page as peaceful as possible. But even then, when I am on social media, I like kind of like you, I post what I do, maybe reply to some comments to like keep the algorithm up, or
Yeah.
keep my video up there, whatever the case is. Definitely for TikTok, not as much for Instagram, but on TikTok I do. But I try to control it so it's not gonna really like affect me like that.
For sure, yeah. I mean, you got to be grinding in real life and doing your thing. I mean, it's interesting because, like I said, even for myself, being transparent, it's like I had 2 Instagram pages. So, like, my first one was JFlow301, and I remember I got like, you know, oh, I wanted 1,000 followers. It's like, did you consult God about that? I didn't even talk to God about it. It's like, oh yeah, you got all these followers, X, Y, and Z. Now what?
Yeah.
And you know, lo and behold, it's like, oh yeah, you know, it was a vote for me link. click the link or whatever like that, page gone. Hacked. X, Y, and Z.
Oh.
My joint got hacked. Then my homie was like, bruh, your joint got hacked. What you about to do? I was like, bro, I'm about to make another page. So I made another page, and in that moment, I just kept doing the motivational videos. But I was like, God, whatever this revamp is, I trust you with it. And it's not about likes and views. It's about wants and needs. Like your gift, you need to sit there and put it out. And literally, when I revamped the page, the JFlow 301 MD page, what everybody sees now, is literally just me continuing with the motivational videos and everything like
Yeah,
that.
which I
So
like.
it's
I like
like-
seeing that.
Yeah.
It
So
kind
I
of
just
reminds
kept
me of
going.
Eric Thomas a little bit when he puts out his videos, and not like where you're like sitting there yelling at everybody like everybody. But I like what you say in the mornings or even like just any part of the day when you're filming it and
Yeah.
putting it out there, because that's the one thing about social media that people gotta get a grip of, and myself included, is just making sure people always see your face.
Yeah.
You're doing something, whether it's you in the
Visibility,
community or you with your motivational videos,
Yeah.
you helping out the kids, you with music. Like you're always in front of people's face. You're always on the phones, which is good. So I got to work on that myself. So I'm
sure.
gonna try to be like you.
Motivation,
A little bit more.
positive peer pressure. That's cool. I mean, I think that is very important too. And like I told people before, like I started it July 5th, 2020, the video part, the podcast November 6th, 2020. So it's coming up 5 years now. And I just realized like it was just consistency. It wasn't about just, okay, I'm gonna do this because everybody else was doing this. I literally truly felt like every single day, like this is what God has told me to do. Like motivate, put it out there, do your thing, and nobody could do it like
Yeah.
you do it. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to stay diligent and stay focused. So, yeah, that's where we at. And like I said, we just going to keep grinding hard and dreaming big.
Yes, new single on the way. Something about you. Yeah, I'm ready.
It's go time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's go time.
It's go time for sure. I'm ready. I'm ready to come back. Not even with a vengeance, but just my feet hitting the ground running.
I think it's not even proving to others. I feel like it's just proving to yourself at this point. Like understanding the stage is already set. It's just waiting on you to, grab the mic,
Step
do your
on that
thing, and
joint.
step on the stage and do your thing.
Yeah.
That's it.
Which I'm gonna get back to too. After the music video drops, this episode drops, performances, all that stuff. Like I gotta get back in that rhythm, even if it's open mic at
Gotcha.
Boys and Poets.
For sure.
Just getting my feet back in the water. So I'm definitely excited for what's
sure.
to come.
Any motivation for the people? Any motivation for the people that's out there? You know what I'm saying?
Don't stop. Whatever it is that you're praying for, just keep praying for it. It'll happen. Whether it's your financial status, your goals, your relationship goals, you yourself goals, physical, whatever it is, just keep praying on it, because it'll happen at the right time. Like when you think it's gonna happen, it might not happen, but it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. And that kind of might deter some people, because you're sitting there praying for it and you're like, I need this now. And God is like, not yet. Because when I'm cooking up for you, it's going to be way bigger than what you're asking for. What you're asking for is very small. You don't even realize it. But I'm about to give you something so big and you'll be able to handle it. And you'll be like, I see why I had to wait so long. So just keep praying. Just keep hoping, manifesting, praying on it, writing it down. Stay focused, stay driven, because it will happen for you.
No, for sure. I would just tell people like, man, start. Don't be afraid to start. Don't be afraid to go. When God say go, just go. Like I said, this is living proof. I ain't even gonna lie. Like sometimes it's so surreal where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm really
here.
doing this. I'm really
Yes.
doing this. Like, nah, he already qualified you. So stop counting yourself out when God counted you in. Like that's how I sit there and say it. And like whatever you do best, just do it. Ugly, afraid, scared, whatever emotion attached to it, still do it, because there's people that are assigned to you and there's people that need what you have.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to do that. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And you already know, the harder you grind, the bigger you dream. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. I said the harder you grind, the bigger you dream. And we out.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Part 2.
Part 2. And it was short. Yeah.
Soundstripe.